6, while the man who accidentally shot and killed his hunting buddy over the weekend is now out on bond. Family and friends of the victim are left with a lot of questions as to what really happened that night. News 2's Bess Casserly spoke to one of the victim's lifelong friends who has a hard time believing what police are saying.
Well, Michael, the victim, 34-year-old Jacob Altazan, was an avid hunter. His friend David Doucet says video footage he has of an hour before the accident may contradict what police say happened.
A Christmas weekend hunting trip with friends turned tragic when 54-year-old Thomas Franklin mistook Jacob Altazan for a deer. David Doucet did not want to show his face, but says he grew up with Altazan and knows how knowledgeable he was about hunting.
That's what he lived for, hunting and fishing.
He says Altazan was also diligent with hunting safety, which is why it was no surprise to see him in his hunter safety orange packing up that day. This video was captured at 3 p.m. Police were dispatched to the shooting at 4:20. Doucet describes what the third person on the hunting trip told him happened.
He heard the gunshot go off, and then he heard screaming. And whenever he got to wherever the screaming was coming from, Tommy or whoever was standing there with the gun, talking about it accidentally went off, and he's dead.
According to Franklin, no one was wearing their hunter's orange safety vests when the shooting happened. Doucet has a hard time believing Altazan would take his off.
He had orange on whenever he got out of the vehicle and went into the woods. And the time frame that I kind of put together, they couldn't have been in the woods very long at all. And where did his orange go to? He didn't take it off and throw it down on the ground.
And says if Franklin is telling the truth and they did remove their orange, why wasn't he more careful before firing his gun?
Jacob had orange on when he got out of the vehicle and went into the woods. He went into the woods before them two, and if something did happen and his orange come off or whatever, for whatever reason, why would you go into the woods and discharge a firearm without putting your eyes on that third person when you know he's in there?
Thomas Franklin was booked with negligent homicide. He was released Christmas Day on a $10,000 bond. We reached out to several law enforcement agencies to try and determine if the place the group was hunting was inside city limits, where hunting is not allowed, but could not get a definitive answer. Michael.